So here we are. And if you followed one of our sign up links as a new customer, you'll land on a website like this. And all you need to do to sign up for a Toucan Collect account is to start with some personal details, so, such as your name, an email address, a mobile, and a password. Once you've done that, you'll be asked to confirm your email address. And when you have verified your email address, you'll appear on a website like this, which will show your application for Toucan Collect in progress. And all we need to do is edit our sign up. Now, on this screen here, this tells you about how to link your Stripe account to Toucan Collect. So before you start, you need to make sure that you have the authority to enter this agreement on behalf of your charity and accept the Toucan Collect terms and conditions, which you can read in full here. Then when you connect to Stripe, and I'm already signed into my Stripe account in another tab, it will ask you to select the account you want to connect to Toucan Collect. Now, what we say is if you collect your account fully, we'll be able to see all your past transaction history, which we don't want to see. So the main thing to do is when you get to the next Stripe screen, press the Create a New Account button. And if you still having trouble, have a read of the document we have here for connecting your Stripe account, and we go through the full steps. Now we connect to Toucan Collect here, and it will arrive on the Stripe page. Now I've got a couple of accounts I've already linked up, but I want to create a new one. So I'll click on Create a New Account. And as you can see here, this is our screen and we're partnered with Stripe, and Toucan Collect will partner with Stripe for secure financial services. Now you can see you can check my business details here, or I can create a new business. So I'm going to use my saved business details here. Sign in with that. And this saves me having to retype in any information because your business details are your business details. So it comes up with everything here. You just want to double check your details are 100% correct. Name of your company, everything like that. And then just agree and submit. As you can see now, your account is onboarded. And come immediately back to our website where we receive the details that your account has been boarded. We get a thank you message here, and now we can continue to the next step. And you can see I've now filled in all my business details here, and my trading address is the same as my registered address for this demonstration. I'm going to click next. So I filled in my bank details here, and we're going to press Save Changes. And as you can see now, we get to the final step of the application where we need to just check our information is correct before we submit our application. So the best thing to do is just to start top to bottom, read through every section to make sure that this is a Stripe application I'm doing, what my rates are. Obviously, we talk about how much we charge per month if you raise more than £12 in a calendar month, plus our transaction fees. We have your Stripe account ID, your contact details, your organization details, your registered address, and your bank details. And when all of that is happy and all good, press Submit Application. And also, we have to ask about marketing preferences. So for today, I'm not going to choose any of those. And there you go. Your application is now complete. So from this point on, we will come back to you ASAP, usually within a day, just to double check that you've linked your Stripe account correctly. And once it has been, you can then go on to the next step, which is setting up your charity. So we've returned to our original application now, which as we left it was performing account setup. This is the normal status you'll see while you're waiting for your account to be authorized by a member of our accounts team. And we're going to now activate the account so we can then set up our first campaign code for the Toucan Collect app. And now, as you can see, our account is now activated. And on the left-hand side, you'll see some changes. So before, we didn't have options like direct debit and dashboard, but now we have select panel. And under here, you can choose your merchant panel. And I would make that your default one. And when you're there, this is where you can see all the reporting for all the transactions you put through Toucan Collect. And most importantly, we've not got anything at the moment until we set up our first QR code. So we're going to go over to Toucan Collect. I'm going to create a new campaign. Now, when we create our new campaign, this has on the right hand side a preview of how the donation page is going to look when we do a donation. So first of all, I'm going to call this Chris's test campaign. It's going to be active, and the description is fundraising. I can spell. Our description is fundraising for Chris's charity. We're going to enter some donation amounts, which we can just enter and then press space or enter, and then it will add more to the screen. So I've got 5, 10, 15, and 20, and I can have the option to choose the amount on the screen, which allows the user to choose an amount other than the 5, 10, 15, and 20 I've chosen. And then you can also set a goal for the campaign, which I'm going to set as £1,000. And then I press next. Now we've done the amounts, let's do the branding. So on this screen, you can change the primary and secondary colors of how the app appears. You can also add a logo and a background image. So let's choose a logo first. We drag and drop that in here. And then we can also add a background image here. There you go. And as you can see on the right, the background and the image are there. And I want to choose some colors that match my logo here. So what I can do is I can either drag and drop here and find the color I want, or I can use this little helpful picker to pick the color there. So that way it matches exactly. And same with the secondary color. I'm going to use the picker and get this nice purple here. And as you can see, the background's got a tint of purple, the buttons have got the same green I've got, and I have a consistent branding. If I press next, I can confirm everything about the campaign and press create. Now from here, you can see everything's set up. We've got how much has been raised, what the goal is, the branding colors, and most importantly, the activation code and the QR code. And you can download the QR code as well, so you can email it and send it to whoever you like. So now we're going to demonstrate how to use the Toucan Collect app. So when you download the Toucan Collect app from the Play Store and App Store, you'll get a very similar experience on both apps. So for the first time, you're going to need to register. So as a new user, just press the sign up button on the right, and then you'll come up with your personal details. So we're going to fill them in much as before on the portal, but this is obviously only for the fundraiser. So once I've filled in all my personal details, I'll press sign up. And it's going to ask you to verify your email. So at this point, you're going to want to access your email client, follow the link, and then return to the app. Okay, I've gone to my email client and verified my email address. So now I'm going to press email verified. And it just confirms now that my email address has been verified. So now we're going to sign in again. So I filled in my details and I'm going to log in for the first time. And I'll get a 6-digit verification code to confirm I am who I am. So I'll simply copy that and I'll paste it in the field here or type it. Now, to make things easier in future, you don't have to use your username and password. You can set up a fingerprint or Face ID if you're on Apple. So I'm going to set up fingerprint here. Fingerprint set up successfully. And for the first time, we're going to have a little tutorial to understand how the app works. But we're going to show you it today. So for now, I'm going to skip through as we'll demonstrate the entire app to you. And for the first time you use the app, you'll also be asked to give your location access. This is a requirement to use the card payment feature. If you don't allow it, you will be prompted again later. So we're going to accept while using the app. And yes, we need it to know exactly where I am. We've got a little notification, which we're going to clear. And now we're on the app. And as you can see, it's asking me to join a campaign at the top. If I go to campaigns at bottom, you can see I have not joined a campaign. So as we did before, the charity set up a QR code for us to use. So we're going to go and use that and scan our first campaign. So to fundraise and Toucan Collect is as simple as this. We've created our account, we've logged in. So we press join campaign and we want to give permission to use the camera. And if we use the camera, we can see the QR code. Now, this is very quick, but if you caught it, we scanned a QR code from the portal and we've got Chris's test campaign and I want to join the campaign. And there you go. And as you can see on the screen now, we have an active campaign. And if we click Chris's test campaign or the nice orange collect button at the bottom, It will load up the reader. And there you go. We now have converted our phone into a card machine. And it's as simple as pressing the amount here. And we can take a payment. So we've shown you how to scan a QR code and get your first campaign on your phone. But then what happens to the end user? Well, the donor is going to want to donate, and we're going to want to promote gift aid and all other features as well. So first thing you could do is I'm going to do a real donation, and I'm going to do a donation for £1. And it's asking me to tap my card on the back of the device, so I'm going to tap my card. It's all done. And when the donation is complete, you will see a thank you for your donation screen. Now you can present this to the donor. They can scan it with their smartphone, they can fill in their personal details, and then the charity can claim gift aid on that transaction for an extra 25 pence per pound, which over time is a very big improvement for their fundraising efforts. But for now, we're going to press done, and you can see that donation was taken. Now, how about if we want to see how much we've raised? Well, we can press the back button at the top, and we can go to our impact at the bottom. And as you can see here, we've raised £1, which was the donation we just did. And for me, as a fundraiser, I want to set a goal for this campaign. So I'm going to set a goal for £100. And as you can see, the campaign goal has been updated. And I've reached 1% of my goal. And obviously, the more you raise, the higher you're going to reach your goal. So that's the main functionality of the app. Now, if we go to settings, we can do the regular things you'd expect from an app. You can go in, you can edit your profile, you can change your name, your mobile number, you can request to have your account closed, you can log out, you can change your password, you can even disable or enable Face ID or Touch ID. And if you wanted to contact us, you can here, and it will open up a browser and give you the contact page for Toucan. If you have any trouble with the app, we have a frequently asked questions section, which again redirects to the Toucan website where we go over any questions you may have. And if you want to review the tutorials you saw at the start of the app, just press tutorial and you can go straight through and it will illustrate everything you need to know about how to set up the app for the first time. And of course, if you want to review our terms and conditions and privacy policy, they're there available too. And that pretty much rounds out how the app works. If you do ever scan another QR code, if you press the little refresh icon next to the active campaigns, you'll have a list of other campaigns you have, and you simply just have to press the campaign to switch to a new one. And that is Toucan Collect.